It's certainly been a while. So, to overcompensate, we're taking not one, not two, but 3 transatlantic flights to compare British Airways Club World and United Polaris. So, let's go! From Toronto and Chicago to London Heathrow, and from London to Toronto. The check-in procedure for BA, both sides of the Atlantic, is your old-fashioned "Hello, sir, put your bags on the scales, passports please, here's your boarding passes, goodbye." Not so with United in Chicago and American on a feeder flight from Buffalo. You do it all yourself, even if you're business. Except if you're business, when you come to the counter to drop off your bags, they take the luggage tags you printed to replace them with the red priority ones, which strikes me as a little counterproductive, but there we go. Either way, DIY or not, it is very quick, no more than a few minutes. And once again, we're lucky enough to just breeze through the security. At which point the funkiness award goes hands down to Chicago for the dinosaur. How does it even occur to people? Yeah, it's an airport. Let's decorate it with some dinosaur bones, right? Right. Time for the lounges. This is Polaris Lounge at Terminal 1 Chicago O'Hare by Gate C18. It's large and pretty impressive. So, what do we have here? Various open space rooms with various kinds of seats. Buffet and a bar. So, no, you can't self-serve your drinks, you have to go and order it. Probably more cost effective for the lounge. Quite a few quite good washrooms and a family room. Showers and day beds, which sadly we had no chance to see because they were all booked up, and a proper sit-down restaurant where the food was nice and so was the service, but it does get busy and they were turning people away, and also it's America, so staff expect tips, which if you're in transit and don't happen to have American dollar cash on you, can be a challenge. Overall lounge experience, very good. Compared to this, the One World Lounge at Toronto Pearson Terminal 3 by Gate C32, with the lifts up skillfully hidden behind the men's toilets, isn't that much in terms of space. This is PA's own little corner where the rope goes down exactly 2 hours before departure, but you can use the rest of the lounge before then. They have the view and the shower, which we also failed to access, and there is no restaurant, but to me both the selection and the taste of food was better than in Chicago. And if you like to be served, I don't, alcohol and hot drinks are per order at the bar only. I'd say it's a North American thing, but it isn't so at the Mouse and More Lounge in Toronto. Anyways, this is not quite a fair comparison, since the Polaris in Chicago is United's flagship lounge, so here is the British Airways equivalent. Actually, not even quite. This is the lounge in Satellite B at Terminal 5 at Heathrow. The flagship is in the main building. I've never seen the Concrete Room, BA's first class lounge. Probably never will, and it's likely amazing. But as far as business class goes, this, I think, is better. Newer, cleaner, and way less crowded. Everything is self-service here. I can get my own coffee, but they take the watch your children at all times very seriously. So when Gremlin wanted a shower, I had to go too, properly, inside, not just stand outside the door. So this is it. A little tired round the edges, but everything worked. And just to make the comparison totally fair, here are a few shots from United's away lounge at Heathrow Terminal 2. That was a different trip around the same time, and I'd say this is better than BA's away at Pearson. But then maybe I just like Heathrow better than Pearson.
A stick, so for my team I took my marker, which is long and thin.
And speaking of airports, for all that it looks like an oversized shopping mall from the 90s, Chicago has this. Hey Frankfurt, how about something like this for your infamous passenger tunnel AB? And as all tunnels lead to gates, it's time to board.
I can't really jump right now, don't do it.
No.
He's only got 3 minutes.
Kiki, wait. Kiki, show the lady the boardings. Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm doing.
We are 11, 12.
Anyway, today we're flying. We're flying! Sorry, that's usually as much as I need to get excited. So, we're flying a British Airways Airbus 350, a United Boeing 767, and a British Airways Boeing 777. And here is your hard product, what you're really buying in that ticket: the business cabin and the seats. On BA, they are called pods, and they were the same on the 777 and on the A350. Except on the Airbus, they were newer and cleaner. On the 777, coming out of the home airport, well. Anyway, this is it. This is your legroom, acres by economy standards, and as is now the norm, it goes completely flat and you get bedding. Long enough for your average height people, gremlins, and some cats. On United, they're just called seats. Great name for seats, if you ask me. And in terms of legroom and sleeping space, are very much alike. Now, my permanent first world problem with those seats is not enough storage space around it. I'm not very tall, so overhead bins, if quite spacious, are always a bit of trouble. This is the BA. This cupboard is fairly useless, so are these pockets. This one doubles as a coffee and drinks table. So, you know, you're either drinking or getting stuff out. This one, therefore, is what you have. United's design is maybe not so sleek, but you can keep more things with you. Do you rate it compared to the BA?
I would, the fanny pack much better, so much more stuff. The seat is very comfy, you get more pillows. The door was a bit better, but you can't have it. The fact that you get magazines down the side is great. You get so many pillows, that's great. All the TVs have their own spot.
On both seats, the table slides out from underneath the screen, which I at least much prefer to wrestling it out of an armrest. I'd say United's better because it's bigger, has a built-in screen support, and also comes out nearer to you in the upright sitting position. The screens are about the same size and about as far away from you as each other. Each of the two in-flight entertainment systems is more than enough for the 6 or 7 hours of a transatlantic flight, with some games thrown in for the so-minded. The British is, well, more British, and United's is more American. I think nobody does a murder mystery like the Brits, so I prefer BAs, but it's only a matter of personal preference. The headphones are another gift. There is Wi-Fi, but neither BA nor United include them in the ticket. It's $40 plus tax, I think, on United and £28 on BA, which sounds like quite a lot for what I understand isn't a great service. We didn't buy it. So the only true difference between the two seats is the door. The British Airways pod has a door, the United seat does not. Depends how much you're bothered. The doors on the pods like to get locked. Here are the buttons. So the last thing before we go, about time, you'll say, are the goodies. I can smell some toiletries. British Airways, I can't open. So here's a picture from when we got home afterwards. I mean, nice toiletries and a good £50 worth of stuff. On United,
a dental kit, a cool pen,
socks.
You've got...
Oh, the funny pack is useful.
Yeah, it's got 2 pockets. I'm not sure what's in the second one. And then you've got, like, I don't know what the heck this is. And this, you got lip balm, cleansing towelette.
Hand cream, okay. Lip balm.
Hydrating mist.
Ooh, nice.
And then one last thing, which is eye serum.
Okay.
What do you do with eye serum?
So I'd say United wins this one. And now it's time to fasten your seatbelt over the shoulder in both seats. Watch the safety briefing. British Airways wins that one hands down. I love their safety videos.
professional flight attendants from the Chicago domicile. And while service is our passion, safety is our top priority here at United Airlines.
And here comes my second favorite part, the takeoff roll. So, since we're now in flight, it's time for the in-flight service. All of them start with some nuts and a drink. Followed by a generous dinner. On British Airways, the food was way better on the way out of Toronto, which we found a little surprising. Here it is, and here's what we had on the flight from Heathrow. Children's meals include vegetables, as if they're going to eat them. Veg?
Yep.
Wow, and you ate it?
Yep.
Wow. Anyway, the main meals and the breakfast coming into London were nice. This, I'm not quite sure what, served just before landing in Toronto, on the other hand, maybe not so much. On United, all the courses come served at once, and the food was really tasty, both dinner and breakfast. So United wins this one just. And so, before we touch down, here's the Gremlin loo review. I'll try. It's not very big, not much room to back off. No, not that sparkling, but smells alright, which is a bonus. Things a bit hairy. Which causes a few draining issues, but on the whole, it's new, functional, and the toiletries are nice. On the 777, the toilet is about the same size, and it does show the mileage. I mean, they could give it a bit of a better clean from time to time, but same toiletries and everything works. So, no comments. Followed by disaster strikes. on United, I forgot to film the loop. Too busy spotting down over the Old Blighty. So, time for my favorite part, the landing roll.
So probably looking at getting on the ground at 6:05 and on stand nicely on schedule at 6:15. And I'm sure you're well aware that there's a 5-hour adjustment on your watch back to Europe to UK time. It's going to be 5:20 in the morning. Temperature's -1 at the moment, so a little bit warmer than it was when we left Toronto, but still quite chilly nonetheless. I'll be doing the seatbelt signs on in about 20-ish minutes time from now, so now will be the time to use the facilities. Anything changes, I'll certainly come back and keep you informed.
The United Kingdom government has authorised 7 additional nationalities to use e-gates, which is an automated self-service process to clear immigration and customs formalities here in London. If you hold a passport from the United Kingdom, the EU, United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Singapore and South Korea, please proceed to the automated self-service kiosk. Customers holding any other passports not mentioned and families travelling with children under the age of 10 years must see a United Kingdom Border Force official on arrival here. Additionally, the UK government has eliminated the need for all customers to complete a landing card.
And get your seatbelt fastened for us. We'd greatly appreciate it. Lastly, I just want to say thank you so much for attending United. It's been a pleasure having you with us. We look forward to serving you again on future United flights. Thanks.
And welcome to London's Heathrow Airport, where the local time is just coming up to 35 minutes past the hour of 5 a.m.
Time here is just 5 minutes past 6 in the morning, that's 6:05. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the fasten seatbelt signs have been switched off when it is safe to do so. Please take care when opening overhead lockers, as items may have moved and could fall out, causing injury. You may now make and receive calls as well as use of data services on your handheld electronic devices. Please check that you have all your personal belongings with you before leaving the aircraft. If your journey ends here at Heathrow, please follow the yellow signs for arrivals. On arrival for a smoother journey through the UK border, please be ready with all your documentation.
And this should have been it. Except London Heathrow has something that Toronto and Chicago do not: an arrival lounge. After passports, after you get your bags, with an arriving business class boarding pass, you can go there and have some food and a shower. I mean, it's not vast, and if there is a gremlin, you have to go in the shower with the gremlin, which may not be easy. But after a day of travel, at 6 a.m. it was just what the doctor ordered. So, United or British Airways, I really couldn't say. They're really as good as one another. So whoever is cheaper on the day, frankly. And with this, here we are. And for our next trip, oh well. Gremlin on the road. Well, of course it wasn't quite the end of that journey, because we picked up the rental car and didn't drive 300 meters before it started shouting low tire pressure. And that was the third time that happened from various rentals. So if you're just going into London, we weren't, take the train. So much easier.